Hi, my name is Leslie Gabbert. I'm 62 years old and I suffer from hemifacial spasms. There's Most people think there's no reason or cause for hemifacial spasms, that it just happens, and that's probably true. I think that my condition started when I was in an automobile accident. In 2008, I was pushed underneath a semi-truck and I suffered a head injury, a broken collarbone, broken ankle. My ankle was so severely broken my foot was almost completely severed. It took them 5 hours to reconnect it. And during that recuperation period, I considered myself lucky because I was in physical therapy with people who were much, much worse off than I. There was a young man there, for example, who had been in a terrible, terrible motorcycle accident, and he had to relearn how to walk. There was an elderly lady in there, and she had both her hips replaced. She was in terrible pain. She cried and didn't want to walk again, and her family came in every day to encourage her to get up and walk again, and all I had was a broken ankle. Well, that's how it is in America. We're always grateful for the condition we have. So when my eyes started twitching about 6 months after my automobile accident, I really didn't even think anything about it. I thought it was annoying and it was inconvenient. I'm an English teacher, so I was up in front of a class of, well, 6 classes of high school students, and it would twitch, and I'd put my hand over it and continue teaching, and it would go away, and then it would come back, and then it would go away, and then it would come back, and it just kept doing this and more, and then it started doing it in the middle of the night, waking me up. Got so bad that I actually told my eye doctor about it, and he said, "Oh, you're drinking too much caffeine, you're too stressed, you don't get enough rest, happens to everybody, whatever." Kept getting worse, started going down my face and my cheek, my lips. I went back the next year for another eye exam. I said, "Remember that eye twitch that I told you about last year? Well, it's really getting bad. Wakes me up in the middle of the night. I actually have to put my hand over my face to stop it when I'm trying to teach, when I'm trying to talk. It's really, really annoying." He said, "Well, you might try drinking tonic water. There's quinine in tonic water, and quinine is a mild sedative, and it might relax your facial muscles." So I was desperate by this point. I mean, I'm talking 6 hours a day in front of high school kids, so I start drinking tonic water all day long, and just FYI, there's not enough quinine in tonic water to relax your facial muscles, so that didn't work. I started mentioning it to my family doctor and complaining, and he said, "Well, there could be something wrong with you. Could be a tumor. We better do an MRI." Well, it wasn't a tumor. But he suggested that I go to an ophthalmologist and have Botox, because Botox will calm down these facial muscles. And of course, I walked into the ophthalmologist's office. He took one look at me, even though, just like a car that quits making noise when you take it to a mechanic, that particular day and that particular time, I wasn't having spasms, but still, when I walked in there, because of the muscle contractions and the muscle memory and that kind of thing, he took one look at my face and he said, "Oh, you have hemifacial spasms." He had been treating other people and does treat other people for the same condition. So he said, "Yes, you need Botox treatments." And so for the past 2 years, every 3 months, I go in there, and these treatments, well, initially they worked fairly well, but now the spasms are worse. They go down the face more, And I've had Botox in June, so you can tell even from the time that I've been filming this. This is July 27th. So the treatment should last 3 months, and so it hasn't even been 2 months. It hasn't even really been long enough that this should be coming back at all. And the spasms are coming back much more frequently than they did before. He's giving me more injections and more spots. And bottom line, I'm looking at the surgery. The surgery is, most people say, the last resort because there are risks. But this is the way I'm looking at it now. My mother lived to be 93. I'm 62. I intend to outlive my mother. And I don't want to go in every 3 months for more Botox injections. My family physician is opposed to the surgery. He says it's too risky. You don't want to risk losing your hearing, having a stroke. You've got your health right now. Why would you risk it? And I say to him, well, you're not the one that has to go in every 3 months. You don't have to fight the insurance company. What if the insurance company, with everything the way it is nowadays, what if the insurance company all of a sudden decides they don't want to approve these? Not that I wouldn't pay for it out of my own pocket, because who's going to put up with these spasms if they had to do that? I've watched other people on YouTube who have these spasms, and nobody can understand what these spasms are like except for the people who are suffering from them. And I've seen you people on YouTube, and you sit there and you wait for your body to defy you like this, and you know what I'm talking about. You sit there and you wait for your face to spasm, and when it won't spasm, it's almost as frustrating as when it does, because you know it's coming. And you look at the camera and you wait and you wait and you wait and you feel it's coming. And then, and here's another thing, you people who have the Botox, you know what I'm talking about. You get the Botox and you still feel, your face still feels that it's in a spasm. It's like those people who say that the amputees who say that they can still feel their missing foot or hand or itch, even though they know it's not there, they still feel it. Even though the Botox supposedly is stopping my face from spasming. When I'm driving down the road, I sometimes have to look in the rearview mirror to see whether my eye is open or not, because it feels clenched. You know what I'm talking about. Here's the bottom line. In America, we are so used to feeling guilty about for what is wrong with us. Like when I had my broken ankle, I was supposed to feel blessed that I didn't have 2 broken hips, or that I didn't have to relearn to walk again like the kid in the motorcycle accident. Instead of being pissed off that I had a broken ankle, I had to feel good because I wasn't as bad off as that other kid. And here I have this hemifacial spasm condition. So my family physician and a lot of other people, they don't understand why would I want to go and risk this brain surgery and possible deafness or whatever, or worse. Just put up with it, they say. So your face is paralyzed and you look like a freak. Oh well, it could be worse. You could have a stroke and be a burden to your family or whatever. Just, you're fine. Put up with it. Hemifacial spasm, how bad's that? Well, how bad is that? Let me ask you this. Are you telling me that somebody that is suffering a worse condition wouldn't take a chance and get rid of it if they could? Take somebody like Michael J. Fox. He's got Parkinson's. If you told Michael J. Fox that there was a procedure out there that he could pursue that would rid him of Parkinson's, are you saying he shouldn't take it? Well, Parkinson's is worse than hemifacial spasms, one might say. No, yeah. But what's worse than Parkinson's? There's things worse than Parkinson's, so do we begrudge Michael J. Fox the procedure that would rid him of Parkinson's just because there's something worse than that? No, you wouldn't. So why do you begrudge somebody a procedure that would rid them of whatever condition it is? I don't care whether it's hemifacial spasms or an ingrown toenail. If there's a procedure out there that can rid someone of something that is making their life miserable, why should they feel guilty about getting it done? I'm telling you, if you have hemifacial spasms and you're contemplating this procedure, and I don't know whether this procedure is going to work for me or not, but if you're thinking about having it done, go for it. I'll let you know how it turns out. I'm scheduled to meet the surgeon in September. If you're thinking about having it done, go for it. And if you are somebody in someone's life and they want you and they come to you for support, support them. There's no reason to be afraid. Don't let fear stop you from making your life better. And don't let guilt stop you from making your life better. That's all I have to say about hemifacial spasms. Hopefully the next time I make a video, well, we'll see. Bye.